In Los Angeles, they rolled out the red carpet Sunday. It was the night for the best in TV to shine as the Emmy Awards were announced and handed out. The fantasy drama Game of Thrones series cleaned up for the second year running. The show took 12 Emmys, including Best Drama Series, along with Best Directing and Writing. The other big winner of the night was The People vs. O.J. Simpson, a 10-hour dramatization of the former football star's 1995 double murder trial and sensational acquittal. We all remember that, don't we? That show won 9 Emmys, including Best Limited Series, Best Writing, and Best Lead Actress. Well, our best man to take us down to the red carpet is here with me now at the big table, Scott Roxborough. Scott, it's good to see you here on the day. Okay, let's talk about the big winners. There were really no surprises.
No, what's most surprising is the winner of the Russian elections, actually, the Emmys this year. No, it was Game of Thrones, of course. Massive show, won 12 Emmys, including its second win in a row for Best Drama Series.
The other big winner. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can see here. I mean, these are the producers and George R.R. Martin, the writer of Game of Thrones. There. I mean, with these 12 wins, Game of Thrones becomes the most successful show ever at the Emmys. It's won 38 Emmys, really, really cleaned up. And I was thinking about this a lot, about why this show is so big and why it gets so celebrated at things like the Emmys. And I think it has something to do with the fact that, I mean, I'm not sure what your TV watching habits have become like, but there's so many shows out there now. There's so many channels. There's so many digital options. And we're all split up into different groups now in how we watch TV. And I think Game of Thrones has become sort of a consensus show, you know?
It's like a water cooler.
Yeah, it's one of the last real water cooler shows. Really? And I think so. And it's also because it's got something for everybody in it. You know, it's got drama. It's a political intrigue show. It's got fantasy, dragons. It's got ridiculous amounts of nudity. I mean, and violence. But it seems like it's one of the last shows that, you know, a large group of people sort of get together and everybody finds something. Whereas a lot of these shows that also won at the Emmys, some great shows, are more for niche audiences.
The other big winner of the night was The People versus O.J. Simpson. I mean, you got, what, 7 Emmys?
No, nine.
Okay, nine.
Yeah.
Glad,
got an amazing number.
You know, was that a shock?
Not a shock. I mean, it was a very popular show and it created a huge conversation in the U.S. But it's surprising because, I mean, you know, this is a story that everybody knows. Everyone knows how it ends. You know, O.J. gets acquitted. It's a form that usually never gets represented at the Emmys. It's a docudrama. It's a retelling of a real story using actors. And usually docudramas are like low-end TV, right? Late night, a cable channel.
That's right.
This is, though, it's different. I mean, I think we got some images from the show. Maybe we can take a look.
2 victims in Brentwood.
Brentwood? Nobody gets killed in Brentwood.
And I mean, you can see here, this is the famous Bronco chase scene.
Oh, yeah,
you remember well.
Watching that, yes.
But the way it's told visually like a film, with film quality actors, directors, editors, everything. So it sort of raises the level of the docudrama to something something else. I also think the reason this show is so important now in America is it comes in a certain time. It comes after the Black Lives Matters movement. Yeah. It comes after the very publicized killings of black civilians by the police.
Yeah.
And in that context, the prism through which we see this series is that prism. So we see it very differently. It is just the recent past, but we see it, I think, maybe, for us, you know, a white man, see it in the way that maybe a lot of African Americans at the time saw the O.J. Simpson trial. And I think that's very, very interesting. It's basically taking a piece of the recent past and using it to tell us something about the present.
Yeah, it's an excellent point you make. And, you know, it speaks to the fact that the Emmys can be very political. And that wasn't, you know, the O.J. film was not the only political part of the evening, was it?
No. I mean, you can expect this is Hollywood. It's an election year. Yeah. Politics always comes out. And, of course, with Donald Trump there, you know, it seemed like half the people who took the stage attacked Donald Trump. Some were very, very angry. Some were kind of funny. My favorite was one of the funnier ones, Indian-American comedian Aziz Ansari. Yeah. He went to the stage and he said that he decided he was going to vote for Donald Trump. Let's check out what he said.
I want everyone to know that after careful consideration, I've decided I'm going with Trump. Which is why I'm also recommending we get rid of all Muslim and Hispanic nominees from the ceremony immediately. Wow, this would be so much easier if we were at the Oscars. Mom, Dad, I know I just thanked you, but you need to be escorted out right now. I'm so sorry.
He's otherizing people. He calls women pigs if they don't look like beauty pageant contestants. He blames Muslims and Mexicans for our problems. He makes fun of disabled people. This is otherizing with a capital O. Any moment that I have to call Trump out for being an inheritor to Hitler, I will.
And, there were lots of other sound bites that we could have played, but we can't play them all just because we don't have the time. So, yeah, a lot of politics, political thinking on stage. What was the biggest surprise of the night, though, for you?
Well, yeah, the politics, I say, was a surprise. It's an election year. You expect that. Game of Thrones wasn't a surprise. For me, the two biggest surprises were the people who won Best Actor and Best Actress for the drama series. Two newcomers. They never won before. They beat out some strong veteran actors. There was the Canadian actor, Tatiana Maslany, and she won for a series called Orphan Black, and it's well overdue. It's an amazing performance. It's quite charming. When she won, she's so surprised that she won that she actually checks her phone just before she gets on stage.
Oh, really?
Because she's got her speech written on it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And in the series, she plays, it's a science fiction series, and it's about clones. And you can see here, all the people you'll see in this clip are her.
Oh, yeah,
in various roles.
Okay.
She plays basically all the lead roles of the series, often plays a clone, pretending to be another clone. It's just a phenomenal performance. People argue about the quality of the show as a whole, but her performance is astounding.
Okay.
And the other big surprise winner for me was another first-time winner, Rami Malek. He's the star of the series Mr. Robot. His performance, he's a paranoid hacker. Again, a very small show, but a very compelling performance.
All right. Scott Roxburgh, as always, thanks for coming here on the day and giving us the rundown tonight of the Emmy Awards. We appreciate it, Scott.
Anytime.
We are almost done with the day, but you can always join the conversation on Twitter, either at DW News or at my handle at Brent Goff TV. And don't forget to use the hashtag #TheDay. And remember, whatever happens between now and then, tomorrow is another day. We'll see you then, everybody.